Right. All right. We're back in, people. How are we doing? Uh, it has been a pretty, I'm not going to lie to you, it's been pretty rough a little bit lately. A little bit rough, but it's been good. I guess even when we, like I say, get inside here and really want to get it in the gym or what have you not, or whatever, getting the paper, whatever it is that one wants to go ahead and get. We sometimes we don't know what we ask for, and even going through it to the doing the work and at a slower pace than normal, because it's like, I guess, trying to saw through a damn sequoia or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Trying to saw through a big ass fucking tree by yourself. And hey, it takes a little while. It's gonna take a while on some sequoia like that. And that's what life is. Life is about right now, in a general sense, for each and every single one of us right now. Because once again, we were all brought here right now for this particular time, and everybody has the potential and strength to actually go ahead and do this. Do whatever portion. If it's just, we don't necessarily maybe not have to take down the whole tree. Some of us are specifically, that was our contract, to take down the whole fucking tree. All right? With no help. Matter of fact, even when you did go ahead and do some work on it and everything, you come back to it and somebody that messed up your work. Or even, matter of fact, I mean, seriously, with the dealing with the hurts, and that of Nikola Tesla that I put up there. I did some work, and it didn't dawn on me. I mean, it dawned on me when my whole point, my 22, I had 22 slides, 22, 23 slides. No, 22. Made it only 22. It's my very first PowerPoint that I had put together. And who stole it was actually my ex-wife, along with my first cousin, Ruben Angelo Cunningham, and Cleveland, Ohio. Because and we also had a person, Steven, inside of Florida, who actually was following we did one podcast together, and he was wanting to go flip into other things that I didn't necessarily want to flip into, because it wasn't going my direction, so I backed all the way out with him. And then, but anyways, more with that story. I went to Florida on that one too, and it was crazy. But that's where I saw Dunya. She came back in from Germany as Luna. But anyway, what had happened was with this PowerPoint, I actually did something that I didn't even know I did until I saw this last video with Nikola Tesla on that power of 3. And that was unravel, the different, how everything will go ahead and equal down to 9. But I did it in such a way that I can't remember right now. Because why? Because, like I said, they took the first 10 videos that I did and the PowerPoint and shut it down. Locked me out of my own account. Okay? And I took a couple of pictures that I was able to go ahead and take from that I've had on my laptop, but it wasn't clear enough to see the actual work. You know what I mean? And so, if that's I pray that right there I can get that back to, uh, put into a book. That's what my whole agenda is to put inside of a book and everything, because it was pretty. I mean, I took it in so many directions, you know, to help the individual understand it. I put a little bit of time in that, and even flip the world upside down, or right side up, I should say, and started out. We're going to start there in Panama. I was going to start with Rogelio, the one, and and I see why, so to speak, it didn't necessarily pan out to where I did do it, but not to say still wouldn't have been good for educational purposes, or just not to say that everybody doesn't already know what I had put inside of there or what I was going to present. But it would have enlightened those who are new to the whole thoughts and processes, processing how to process that thought, even correlating it back into the scriptures and everything too. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. And so, during this little sit right here, and I felt it coming on, because I haven't even dated the 2 videos that I did the last few days and everything, because this section of time has been pretty intense for me. I don't know how it's been for you, but for me, it's been pretty intense. And that last section, I was getting off the bus there, reading part of, what was it? Conflict. I think I was doing I think I still have to touch on that last portion, conflict inside of there, which is, where we're talking about right now. Matter of fact, coming back into, what's her name? Molly McCord. She actually goes ahead, and I'll speak on it, go and repeat it, I should say. Repeat it, so I can hear it again, just in case anybody else probably didn't hear it, or, for those who are interested in it anyway, as far as the next 6 months and what to plan on, what's happening, and, what to prepare for and everything. And for April, Anyway, so what hit me that I did not see, and wow, it blew me out the water. Made me see. I mean, I went into anger, some anger, some turmoil. Pulled myself back out of that, and then looked at the, I had to even go ahead and, hey, bravo. I mean, honestly, I really wanted to go ahead and, like I said, go to war with them. I wanted to go to war, and and leave that even up as my thumbnail, so he see it, I wanted to go to war with him. Now I'm talking about Eugene, okay? And in the sense that, like today, being 7/11, right, of the Gregorian calendar, and the day after, my father's birthday, Bubba Jean, then being, that's 7/10, then being 7/11, which is the flip side of reverse of 11/7, and that's the day that he took me, mama, and she transitioned, and he did that back to back because, see, reality of it is he's born 45, Okay, that's his brother. My father's his brother, right? And so he was 15 years old when he was born. So we actually from Tennessee, okay? And they never took me down there for all of the reasons that we're sitting up here learning right now, you know? But all this different stories and everything, from Mama Truzy, okay, Big Mama, Mama Truzy, she actually, and this right here is going to be important, and it rolls into the whole monkey thing, the whole, where apes and everything from, being that they are not native to this land, not native to this, not to America, not native. Okay, and then as he said, from my black side of the family, he went on to go ahead and say, and that's Kilimanjaro. Okay, Kilimanjaro, Tanzania. Right? So Mama Truzy used to rocking a rocking chair, smoke a cigar, had a little beard and everything too, you know what I'm saying, rocking chair and a shotgun, and could shoot like a like a motherfucker. All right? Whether it be shotgun or pistol. Mama Truzy. All right? And so, who I believe that everybody did come from was that of Big Mama. Now, I might be wrong with everything right now, with whom everybody come from, but see, the thing of it is they had 13 children. They had 13 children. All right? Now, in the family that Bubba Jean, who came up with Mariah Crutchfield, all right? They supposedly had 8. But see, I believe Eugene was definitely a brother from the Crutchfield. So this is the story that they told us all the way through. All right? And I was the only one that didn't necessarily know, I guess, the truth and everything out of all of this. So this is as close as I can come to get it right now, just from what they explained to me and everything along the way, or what they kept from me along all this time, So I know for a fact that, like I said, he was killed in the hospital, root work, and all kinds of stuff in 1973, the same year in which the Power of Three came on. The Schoolhouse Rock came in. Same year as Bruce Lee left. All right? Same year as Richard Nixon started up the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Agency. All right? Now, listen, drug enforcement. So they're enforcing the fucking drugs. Okay? At the same time, I don't know if it was 72, but Nixon was also the one to go ahead and impose the 55 speed limit, to where, we had big ass engine cars that go, pushing moonshine and everything, to where you're gonna go ahead and make a law 55. So 55 is all about the I Ching, the Ching Ching. You see what I'm saying? 55, which is what? I Ching is what? Abundance. So that's why the speed limit was like 55 and shit. I can't. That's why Sammy Hagar went ahead and said, "Hey, I can't drive 55." All of that shit. Anyways, so what happened is, as I'm looking over, bowling over even the map and everything, as people probably saw today, I see, because when I went back there, I saw. And so I know I have property in Alabama, property in Georgia, property in North and or South Carolina, all right? Australia, right here in fucking California. I know all of this stuff has been left to me, right? So that's the reason why everybody took such big, but as I forget who was actually stating this, but they said they didn't have a backup contingency plan. And I could see the shit because you could see them making the shit up along inside the head. I mean, along the way. And I was like saying, what the fuck? You know, I mean, even they're arguing amongst themselves at that point in time. Little Rosie, she's, I could always call her little. But she gets up and says, why are you guys arguing? Because Nisha loses it. She loses it because, I don't know, maybe she thought Eugene was going to get, Eugene was going to go ahead and get, I don't think he was going to get soft, but he was going to go ahead and slide me or do something with the bank cards and everything. All right? With the bank cards. And so she slides down and gets ready. And anyway, point being, I ain't gonna get into it. Point being is that she goes ahead. The contingency plan, they didn't have not one. They're making up a lot of shit along the way, and I'm like saying, "Wow," you know. Anyway, so what was I saying? Yeah, went down to Wetumpka. I mean, on my way down there, I passed through because I had to go ahead and still deliver, even though I knew the damn brother was Trevor. Okay, was full of shit over in Tanzania when I went and got the sea moss. All right, I still told his brother had bought one, so I went ahead and went over there to go ahead and give him that. He's paid me $1,000 for it. Went over there to give it to him, and during that time is where I got to go ahead and see Wetumpka. This is where Wetumpka was where Rosa was born, and I got to see Adams County. Adams. It was a township inside of Gray County or something like that. A Gray Township inside of Adams County. I got to see all of that, and the road going from Alabama to fucking Georgia, it's all fucking trees. This is where the Giants and shit is at. Okay? Military, basically. Aniston is right there also. And fucking, let me go back this way, yeah. And so, I got to see a lot of things. And also Emerald Mountain was there. So this is where the whole Wizard of Oz, all of that, Emerald City, it's going to be probably inside of Emerald Mountain, all right? Graysville, that's what a Graysville and everything, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah. And so when it clicked onto that, then I went into the motion and the thought form of because when I went back to Mama Truzy and her, like I said, just the visual, I never got to see any of them, but rocking on the chair, and they told the story over and over again to go ahead and, first of all, implant the story because there's certain things that they want to implant, so that's the ones they stayed on the whole time and didn't deviate, didn't give you any more or any less. I always talked about bullshit most of the time. And so, in that right there, that's when the monkey thing came in, because they described the facial hair. Okay? The monkey thing came in, and it reminded me, of the facial hair. And this is not banging on, but I can tell you this. I know this right here. The magic, when people do too fucking much, and your roots are really from fucking apes, you start growing that fucking facial hair out. Okay? And she was a cool girl. Her name is Sarita. And Sarita, she was cool. She was this, even one of the dudes at work, who was it? Leo. Jose told me, hey, they went out and to a club, and Sarita got a gang of kids. And so they all left, and she goes ahead. They leave her with the bill. So I give her $100 and everything. And so and during that time too, she was like saying, "Hey, Devere." She was so sick and tired of the fucking place where she was living at, because she said, "Hey, this, that hurt. I saw somebody get killed last night." I mean, she started crying. She was tired of this fucking violence and everything, And previously we had, conversation and everything, because she wasn't afraid. She's beautiful. Her soul is beautiful. But she wasn't even afraid to go ahead, not afraid, but she was speaking on her family, because of that she was living with her mom and everything at that time, and all those things were going on. And I don't even know how we got in the subject, but she spoke on her mustache. I gotta go get my little mustache taken care of. Like that. And she goes, so I asked her about it. She goes, yeah, my mother has one too, and everything, So I'm just saying this in a general sense on the women that grow facial hair. Now my ex-wife, Rena, grew fucking facial hair, okay? And remember this, the gorilla is called fucking Oliver, okay? The human that stood up and everything is called fucking Oliver. That's their fucking last name, all right? Whether she's a Gilbert and or / not. But her mom also had facial hair like that and shit too. Her daughter, she even got facial hair like that with a what do you call it? A beauty, I want to say beauty mark, but it's all over her whole face to where she covers it up with makeup. Okay, birthmark, right? And I mean, I kid you not, if she just smiled, when she smiled, her daughter always tell her, "Mom, close you," because she smiles. She honestly looked like a gorilla. But this is the crazy fucking part. See, Trevor over in Africa, he looked like a fucking orangutan. All right? And look at the picture and shit. All right? He looked like a fucking orangutan. I was looking at baboon. All right? His wife, she looked straight like a fucking ape. And the same thing with his wife, Free, as she called herself Free, because they want everything free. You know what I'm saying? Or Janice is her name, as everybody's name is Janice because they want to be fucking in heaven. You know what I'm saying? January, Janice, you know what I'm saying? Ja. Fucking, she looked exactly just like Rena with the same whole body structure, always talking about, when I was over there, always talking about losing weight, but I ain't seen them exercise now motherfucking one time. Oh, I eat fish. Yeah, not one motherfucking time. Not one motherfucking time. And I was over there 3 fucking months. All right? Same thing with, Brina, she did get out and exercise, but it's not even the point. I'm just talking about the facial hair right now. Why? Because when I looked into it, like I put up there earlier, I was like, and then Rogelio, when he went ahead and, was playing the music, I put it up there too. He said, everybody from Africa, I don't care if your eyes is green or blue or black, or from your DNA, the DNA, come from Africa. I'm like, I'm saying, bullshit. Why? And then the simple thing is, it's like this. What you do with the AI? It's the question. How you pose the question? It's Socrates. You're not stating something and everything. You're putting the pros and the question like you got to do with AI right now. All right? And so to go in there and ask for it, where do apes come from? Are there any apes here? Did they originate here in the Americas? So the clear answer is fuck no, didn't. Okay? Even one, now they can go ahead and say, they can tell us as far as Pangea, everything was connected, but it doesn't necessarily have to mean it was fucking so. Okay? Because that pond is Peter Pond. That pond is Peter Pond. And I'm not going to trust no Peter. All right? Pan America. No. I'm not going to just trust that shit no more. Because it's a lot of bully. A lot of bully. All right? And not to negate or anything to say see, we got what we do see. We have a lot of O blood, which are warring nations. Then we have that of, as they're saying right now with different people that have this RH blood, which is alien DNA, which is not necessarily a primate, okay? Optimus Prime mate mixture of normal O, A, B, AB blood. It's not normal. All right? Even through these 14 generations, of course, there had been mixing and so forth. But what we see, and now I can understand why. They say African American. Why is that? Because even not just that, it's the people came over and mixed. And fucking, while I was over there again, Tanzania, what happened again was, and it's coming up here on the 13th. See, this is the 11th. And the 13th, right around the corner. And all of this right here happened on the 13th again. All right? And that is, for one, it's been 7 days, 7 hours and 13 days since you took your love away. Dun, 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 dun. Right? Here you got the first Pac, right? And the first Pac by history to tell you, hey, South America, we got the second Pac, we got Tupac and everything, right? You know what I'm saying? All right, so the two basically reduced that to 23, and the Pac itself is 713. All right, and that's why I was saying, hey, whether it be first Pac, second Pac, 2 Pac, 3 Pac, 4 Pac, it still don't be the epoch. It don't be the epoch, and that's what we're just ending right now at epoch Kali Yuga inside of March. So it was crazy to go ahead and sit down. And while I was over there, see, all this time, I was really going through a lot right now, because even the first people when I got over to Germany and got out of the relationship, it was somebody sent in already. Okay, especially even inside the locations and shit, to where I was like, because Germany has already been up on the cameras. But then that's when I met the 7 sisters from Kenya who wanted to fuck me, take me back home with them and everything. Okay, they was already on a mission. This is the 25. They was already on a fucking mission to do that. And and so when I get there, I don't get there, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I wait, and I go to Kenya, I go to Tanzania, because that's where I was called to go to. And I did everything to make sure I got over there at that particular time. Okay? So during that particular time, what happens is, like this, they're setting up everything. And they're delaying the time. I mean, the actual date. I spoken this before. The actual date, it was like I had to stay over there like a week just to go ahead and get the first of all the ten number, okay, and then a business license, international shipping uh, certificate, okay. Had to go ahead and do all of that, and they played with the electricity while I was over there for all of that time. All right. And what they was doing is just shipping away to it to daily because they had to pay for the rent, on a daily basis. So everybody got paid there. Made the whole scenario up to where they act like we were sneaking in and talk to it's because it's basically ran by women, but the women, go ahead and set up the chief, okay, the kinglet, because it is that I did grab it from the women and everything that are out there, and their houses are out there selling the sea moss. You know what I'm saying? And when I came there and bought it for $1 or $2 or $2 as opposed to $1, as they said that they were being gypped out of, that's when everybody got pissed off because I guess the masculine males were to some degree, or not just the males, but the people inside of the main offices who are going to set everything up to give me the certificates. They had to get paid, so I had to go ahead and give $50 or 50 what was it called, shillings, 50 shillings to fucking the king or the priest, but not the king, but what was it called, just the person that's running the city, I guess, chief. There we go, chief. I had to go ahead and give him 50. And, just the people who came to move it had to grease their palms. Got to grease the monkey's palms, basically. Grease all of the monkey's palms. And I'm saying the monkey's palms is this because when Saeed, the one who was actually, supposedly making all these connections and everything, right, for us, for me, was, I was saying, so why is this so difficult or whatever at the time and everything, and I heard him say, he said, Hanuman said, hey, don't worry, it's gonna be better later, and I'm like, said, okay, so I soaked it all in, but he wasn't really talking to me. He was talking to somebody else, and he was speaking in Kiswahili, and he said Hanuman said he fucked up. That's what he said. All right. And so that's when the whole thought form came in to go back to, to look and see, hey, do apes come from America? Nope. They're only indigenous to fucking Africa, and then we have some ones that's in South America, because that's the way they would come up and everything, you know what I'm saying? Actually coming the other route via the Caribbeans or either that of by Peru, okay, is actually going to be the route in which is as closest to that of Africa and so forth, right? And so when I heard that, of course we go back to Planet of the Apes. Then we go back to fucking 1933, a fucking King Kong in New York. So we see all the fucking progress of the Planet of the Apes. What this is the plan of the extraterrestrial apes, okay, that also, like I said, in Graysville, fucking Alabama, no, Adams County, Alabama, you have Graysville, all right? Yeah, you got Alabama, you have Graysville, and this is Alabama, okay? And Bama, we saw in Ezekiel Hey, because Ezekiel 21:11, I believe, he said, because you go ahead and sacrifice your sons to Molech, you know, then your sons and everything and daughters will be also, I think I'm just paraphrasing right now, devoid of understanding. And don't you even come to me and ask me for shit. Don't you even come to me and ask me for shit. Then on top of that, and now I also see this also because of the Homo sapien, we got the word homo inside of that already. Because the the man part, okay, not more Americanish nationalist or a Negro. They're not talking about them. No, they're talking about that the first Adam, and that's where man, because and that's Zakar. The word is Zakar, okay? Male and female is Zakar. And that is the reason why in Leviticus 18, and the reason why it's in Leviticus 18 is because we're talking about 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons. And because Enki went ahead and did go ahead and infuse us to be better than them because they were messing up. They were messing up even with the with the DNA structure that they have as the Anunnaki. Anunnaki. They were messing up. So he still wanted to up level us. And so therefore in chapter 18 is the reason why of Leviticus. Okay, and Levi is evil. Levi, Levi is the same thing as Evil. Okay, what would be evil inside of there? Again, going by the semicolon. Going by the semicolon and between each one, when it says again, inside of here, this is where it says, do not lay with your father's wife, father's mother. Do not lay with your father's wife. Do not lay with your sister. Do not lay with man as you do with woman. All why is that? Because this is all from apes. This is the primate. The primate. And that's the part right there that you have to optimize that right there. That means to make it better. Optimus Prime. Okay? So that's what the Transformers is fucking all about. Now, Transformer movies got fucking numerics all in that motherfucker too, boy. Oh my goodness. Michael Zell, who's actually, he has a brother, and I don't even know if Michael's still alive because he was my age, 57, you know, when he was showing me the beginning portions of watching all this shit on TV. Okay? We used to sit up inside the cell. He broke me off and shit. He broke me off. And where we split at was because he only, believed in the Jesus portion of it, right? And I'm like saying, because he's showing me all of this shit inside the scriptures. All the numerical values that we see everywhere, that the DEA that the DEA in every single, even the job, like I said, the last job I had, when I went inside of there, their fucking numbers was fucking elementary. Everything was done. I told them about that shit. You know what I'm saying? So the same thing with the fucking the DEA, the drug enforcement. So they're enforcing the fucking drugs agency, right? And the fucking same numbers, all right? It says, who is like God? 241. They have 241 offices, 23 divisions, and 93 foreign offices, a $3 billion budget, 10, which 10 is a complete number, of 169, well, that's going to bring that back to fucking its tropical cancer, which is back where we're Kilimanjaro. Because they did killing a man to go, who's doing that? Hanuman. And who's Hanu? Hanu comes from fucking India. He's the fucking Superman. He's the Superman who they make prayers to all day, the ape man and so forth, which, the planet of the apes is fucking made out of and everything, okay? And then I put the video inside there. He says, The brother broke out. He says, "Hey, come on, I might call you to go fucking ape." I could not fucking believe he broke out with the first one. Just he said, "I gotta go watch it fully because I just got the first part of it." He said, "I'm gonna call you to go fucking ape and everything, okay?" And so, but anyway, so we got special agents. So we got 49. Everybody know about that 49. San Francisco 49ers. 336, 54. Hey! Make sure you get close and up on that ass to make sure that he doesn't fucking drop the ball. But touch his while you're at it. And 4,924 special agents. Okay, special fucking agents. There must be pretty special. All right? And then 800 intelligent analysts. So that's the 8 to keep it going. That's the 8 right there to seal it up. And that's just today is 225, the year 20, that's 2024. Okay? So that's last year's fucking numbers and statistics on that right there. The place where they went to go ahead and take my money, where my fucking, also my birth certificate, or my what do you call it? My Social Security bank is, the federal bank where my Social Security number is linked to is that of Chicago. And that's the first office. They basically have 21 offices to reduce that back down to a 3. Chicago being number 1, Detroit number 2, Atlanta number 3, Dallas number 4, Denver number 5, Boston number 6, El Paso number 7, Houston number 8, LA number 9, Miami number 10, New York 11, New Orleans 12, New York 13, Philly, my Queen's Eye, and this is also where Trevor's from. It's where Trevor's from also, okay? Then we got 15, Phoenix with Jet, and motherfucking Ariel Oliver, you know what I'm saying? Hi. and I forget the brother's name, but anyway, San Diego. That's where fucking Cameron was at last time we got. Then we got 17 back to San Francisco. This is where Martin Smikler said he had made a whole fucking budget plan to clean everybody off the fucking streets up there. And they shot at him. Luckily, he had his 22 with him to make sure he didn't need to fucking hit. And he ended up in Napa Hospital with me. Also, Angel, divine appointment, all right? Then we go to 18 Seattle, where Evelyn White severed Mickey to Jasmine White from Cleveland, Ohio, is fucking at, all right? Then we go to 19 San Luis, 20 the Caribbeans, right? San Juan, Puerto Rico, and 21 back down to D.C. and Virginia, right there where fucking Rena went to go ahead and buy a house, and Trevor is from, and all of that shit and everything. Washington D.C. You know what I'm saying? Philly, not too far. I know. So all of that shit right there was run down, and it also, I kid you not, and every single one of them reminded you of motherfucking damn apes. All right? Even Eugene, see, my mama, even Eugene, like I said, he didn't have a nose like John Amos or nothing like that, but he wanted to go ahead, but his nose is big enough to where you could tell that I don't even know if he's just only, I can't call him a nigger because he's not really smart. Even though they put what they did, JL from my last job, and they put Eugene, and they put Rena. They put them inside the phone right here. They put them inside my selfies pics, like that's me. That's a reflection of me. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, get the fuck out of here. But it was pretty funny. It's pretty funny. All right. So all of that right there, you know, I couldn't believe how it just poured out. It poured out. You know what I'm saying? And dang, I really did go ahead and so the other portions that of, not on top of the, what do you call it, the tax identification, import export license that I had to get on 7/13, which is coming up. Then Rena goes ahead and fucking marries me on 7/13. So all of this right here, this is how they're linking up to go ahead and Lincoln. What I say Lincoln like that as Lee, which is the clinging fire of colon. Okay, the colon is your colon, so it's a clinging fire to your colon. Lincoln, all right, Lincoln to the clinging fire of your colon, or Collins family. Bobby Collins, that's who it was, over fucking Ariel's husband. Collins, Bobby Collins. What's up, Bobby? How's Jet doing? What's Het doing? You know? And yeah, no, why I'm at I did want to go ahead and thank, what's her name? Rusty Dawn. Rusty Dawn, she puts in a lot of work, puts in a lot of work. Good, bad, or ugly. A lot of the times I get flipped off, You'll notice that, hey, sometimes I roll with it. Whatever my thought is, I'll subscribe to your channel and then I will unsubscribe, because if I think I see something different, but I'll still come back and check. But I've been flipping back and forth like that, because certain things I'm not sure, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? But we will move accordingly, and until everything comes out in its wash. All right. But I did want to go ahead and give a personal thanks out there too, also to Rusty Dawn, right? And these are some of the names she went by, through with a few. I haven't popped in on her for a little while, but some of the names. And the first one is TJ Thomas Jefferson Brown, and that of Thayer, his son. I can't remember what middle name, what the J stood for, but I met both of them. They looked like the same, and he was the one who took the he was the breakdown from their family, because he was so pissed about the whole fucking thing, that everything going to me. Okay. He took the deed to the house, to Mariah's house. He took the deed to the house, and they couldn't even sell the house. Okay, even when my sister got back there, she did write me in, because she wasn't up to speed yet, but she wrote me and was telling me shit, to where there's dogs that came inside the house and was defecating, shit inside the house and everything. She was pissed because I guess she started to get her little mingle inside of there, and trying to finagle to go ahead and get some things inside of her possession, basically too. So TJ Brown was one of the names on there. I saw Tara, and I can only have no one Tara. That's gonna be Tara Rogers. I saw the Colons inside of there. I saw Ashley and Mackay inside of there. Both of them named Oliver. I saw Trevor from Philly, DC. I saw Saunders. Okay, the Saunders family and everything is Aunt Lulu, who looked like a motherfucking monkey too, from fucking Texas. And then you had her I forget his fucking name, Juan from Texas and shit too. That's the son. They traveled around with the carnivals, or different runs and everything to different cities. And when he came in the last time, I guess everybody was leaning on Rena, because they knew what Rena was doing, and they was Rena to pay for every fucking thing, because they knew what Rena was doing. And so she didn't tell me that part. She just said they just don't have. They had money, and then just asking me, want me to pay for shit, and and when I could see now, when they were in the way that they were, nobody wanted to pull out the money, the credit card to pay, but I could see the shit now. I could see why, because they wanted fucking Rena to pay. I already fucking knew what was going on and everything. So that's the Saunders, okay, yeah. Then we got Russell. I believe Russell was motherfucking at Asonics and everything. Nguyen, that's going to be Andy and Nguyen, to be specific. Now that might be a whole bunch of Nguyens and everything that one, that work there. But I know Andy for sure. Then you got Dr. Kai, the dentist, and shit off of Hale Street, okay, no, Hyle Street, okay, down there. And I saw Rudy. I think Rudy from Santa Maria. I see Louie. I see the Conleys. I see Candace, who she did me send me, she was from Arizona. She did send me $120 and everything. I guess to, wanted me to pull out and go that way towards her. Then I saw Jesse again. Jesse Cornejo, you know what I'm saying? Saw Uriel, the motherfucking damn security guard that I was talking about. Gloria Ann. I saw her name. I saw Xavier and Mackay. Both of them, I'm not talking about Xavier, the UN. Not talking about that Xavier, but Xavier Mackay, because that's his little name. Then I saw Albert, which might be Alberto. Alberto from fucking from Costa Rica, her old boss. Ruby Macias, you know what I'm saying? Ruby. She we ain't gonna even go into it. What's up, Ruby? All right. Dr. Parks, who was also the first doctor who went ahead and gave me medicine for valley fever in prison. All right. I see Jeffrey, which is fucking Amanda's husband in fucking Arizona. I see Samson, little boy Samson, fucking Nigeria. I see Carter, and I think that's what Carter is the daughter's name, but I think that's what they use for maybe even communications. I saw just straight out Nisha, Ashley Oliver. I saw Stephen fucking Humphrey. Now that's the uncle, and we 6 months apart, so he's really like a brother. But being that he's my grandmother's son, then he's technically my uncle, but 6 months apart. And that's the brainiac on the motherfucking damn number. So he's been known for a long fucking time. He's been known since he was fucking. I'm talking about. He's a brainiac. He beat the calculator calculating shit. So he was definitely put in charge of running a lot of shit. Stephen Humphrey. Trust me. All right? For sure. All right? Then we got, I think Tiffany is related to the tarot right here. All right? Michelle Gilmore, I see that bitch. She got monkey fucking monkey ways. They hair and everything growing. Sorry. I see Maze, but I want to say Felicia, but I'm not sure. But she from Lompoc. Who knows? All right. I see Nunez. That's a fucking Lompoc name I know. I see Alonzo. That might be Alonzo Harris. All right. Then she went into content creators also. So at the top of the content creators, she got Natalie. She has Cohen. She has Phoenix. She has Saunders again. Carter again. Ezra, which is whose son? Brian. Brian named his son Ezra. It's like Carter is the daughter of fucking Ariel, so they might use their children's names or something like that. Who knows? You'll love using everybody's names. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they don't have brain to make up a different name. Who knows? All right. Then we got Hendricks. Coleman. That's definitely Karen Coleman. All right. Mata. That's gonna go. Mata. I gotta go ahead and get out of the motherfucking damn Mia from fucking Sri Lanka. If she's got one. Maybe she's not into tarot, but who knows? I see Mata. I see Solomon. Solomon is damn Anne's son. Okay? Vivian. Solomon. All right? And then I see Vita Palm, most definitely for sure. I see Fitzpatrick. I see Mitchell. So I know Rogelio and his sons and all of them motherfuckers right there. All of them for sure. I see Wolf. And so I did check out on Wolf, check him out and see what the fuck is going on. Wolf, I guess last time I saw him, he was going to get his fucking flying lessons. I don't know if he got that yet. He looked pretty strong inside there, too. But he was, I could see inside of when he biasly goes ahead and reads his tarot for the cause. All right. Then Annabella. Annabella is pretty much going to be the whole southern atmosphere of what the heck is going on right down there, and just a whole thought form of the southern male, the whole southern belle, So those are things that are kind of like related to today. Uh, as I was going through uh, these trines, these squares, squaring up, you know. Uh, and even if I was wrong, with visualizing or seeing his own thumbnail, okay. And like I said, I still got much respect, and money's money and everything. But I still gotta call shit out when I see it. When I think I see it, I gotta call it out. And it's not to bring nobody's fucking shit down. I'm not riding nobody's fucking coattail, you know. But I was thinking, hey, you always give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I do. I give everybody the benefit of the doubt and let them take it away. I give them 100%. I give it to them. No, I give them, say, 90, 97%. Since everybody's a 3 anyway, I'm going to give you a 3. Okay? But the 97%, I'm keeping myself. And that's on one table. On different other table, I'll give them 100%. I'll give them 200%, depending on, depending on the energy transfer. Because you still might go ahead and deduct, and the reason why you might up it up, give them 200% because you're actually gaining something and everything. So it's like giving you to your energy and everything. You know what I'm saying? And so therefore, if you do see, some I don't know type of shit, you know what I mean? Then deduct it, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's happened a couple of times. Like a couple of people, like I called it out, and I was right on them. I'm talking about, what's the name, Lady Walk Heavy? I was on that shit. Called that shit straight the fuck out. Okay? Fucking Lady Tennille, called that shit straight the fuck out. All right? and took my time to coming back around to get to the Adinkas. I took my time. Okay? And so it is not to say that, hey, one cannot learn and move on or even converse or even you're out of alignment. And the thing I want to say about that alignment is like this. See, everybody, though, even the word alignment is to Ali. Okay? Excuse me. Not everybody see, that's alignment. Ali's mentality. That has nothing to do with your mentality. Okay? And what I mean by that is, although we are aiming for the most highest of our own. See, we weren't created to be copycats. We were created to be original and our own most highest vibration, our own most highest energy, our own most highest vibration, energy, and vibration. Let's big one for me. Forget the third one right now. Vibration, energy. It'll come back. I'm down to but we're created in that image to go ahead and vibrate like that. Just from the 369, just from the especially even from Capricorn, which is the devil, okay? Which is the devil, but it's hooked to the devil. but it has. I think personally, I think again too, it should be hooked more so to that of the emperor, like Mystic Rose said. I think so. Why? Because of what the Capricorn does traverse. But either way, both of them have horns, meaning going from the water, and they go up to every mountain. Okay, every mountain, everything. And in the positive sense, like we take energy, whatever we take, the goat eats every damn thing. It eat a can and everything. So we have to eat up every damn thing and transmute that shit. We have to eat up everything and transmute it. You know? And so, and frequency. And the frequency of these are chakras. Okay? The frequency of, and everything, see, it is free. It is free. But what the word suggests is frequent, and you could say quenching. You could be quenching the frequency. Okay? The quickness of it. You could be quenching it. We could be quenching it. Quenching our own. Quenching other people's. To go ahead and feed off of them. Dracula. Feed off their motherfucking energy. If you can't get the blood, then let's get the motherfucking energy. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers right here, boy. Or something else. Woo wee. Especially when Trevor came back he came into the room and everything, he after he was made a show, because he told him what they was going to do when they came back from eating my very last day there. He told them what he was going to do when they came back from eating. They went outside to go eat a good meal from the money I gave them, and on the money that they was going to receive or whatever from the CMOS that they know that was going to keep. And as Janice sat up there and she was trying not to bust up, and fucking what's his name again? Justice. He was over here hiding behind his dreads, and Fatima, she was over here smiling behind her little mosque. You know what I'm saying? On what? Because it was like a performance, and I was just checking the shit out. Let them go through, and let her sit up here and talk about. See, DeVere, you don't just to answer the questions and everything. I'm like, this motherfucking bitch right here. I'm like, okay, my eyebrows up. But regardless, you saw the baboon come out in him. When he wanted to go ahead and because the thing about it is, like, I would have beat his motherfucking ass really fast because he's broke down on his whole fucking body, period. And I would have beat his ass so fucking fast, but I still had to go ahead and get my shit and get the fuck out of there. And I would have beat his ass with everybody in the goddamn fucking thing. Everybody in that fucking house, I would have beat his motherfucking ass. He wouldn't have been able to get to shit. That's real. But when he came back in the fucking room to say, DeVere, I apologize, but, hey, what you saw, well, you know how the baboon, reach in and everything, and you see when they go into the baboon stage, you saw it come back. You saw him coming back down, and so that's when I saw. Oh, okay. And so he was coming back in to apologize because he had worked himself up to go ahead and do this and make the performance and shit. You know what I mean? And so when I saw all of that shit there, that's when you got to take your deeper breath. You got to take your deeper breath. And the only thing I was looking at that point in time is like Bruce said, just be ready. Because if the motherfucker come, then they got to go ahead and get disabled. And he was going to get disabled because again, like I was saying, all these people that I'm even fucking here talking about, they're already fucked up. They're fucked up all the way through life from whatever the fuck they done fucking did. Their physical is fucked up. Their mental can't even think fast enough to go ahead and shut up and be quiet and listen. They just think they just gonna go ahead and all out, whether it be verbal, physical, all of that shit. Fuck. Cool. 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 You know? So everybody is not that way. Everybody, they can't provoke. They can't provoke a lot of people. But as what's, excuse me 1 second. As Miss Molly McCord was saying and everything, even coming up here on this 713. Okay? On this 713. All right? It's basically going to go ahead and it's this time right now is really, we might, as she was saying, it's like a standstill time. Okay? We might be wanting to go forward and get things done, even for myself. Shit. Like a motherfucker. Okay? Get past, let's close the chapter. Close this one out. But it's not time. It's not time. All right? It's not time just yet. So what she suggests is just to go ahead and stand still, all right? And realign. Now, again, that Ali, which is the most high vibration of yourself, is not, because Ali, when we go ahead and look at Ali, look at Muhammad Ali. Again, I'm going to go back to look at Muhammad Ali. Look at Aliyah. Look at all of the things. Oh, matter of fact, look at all of the motherfucking damn people inside of motherfucking damn and Hollywood, period, who have received a gang awards. And we saw even Agent 99, Maxwell Smart, right? Maxwell Smart. We saw all the tragic deaths and dying alone and mentalities that people suffered even after making you laugh and cry and go through the movies and everything and project all of this bliss, there's very few that are in conscious contact with themselves because of all of the parties, all of the things, the events that they went ahead and went to forward and afterward. Okay? The pre-show and the after show. And a lot of, and then, as we see, I guess, we see Mr. P. Diddy and everybody going through all of these court hearings, and those are just, it's something, as she says, for each of us to go ahead and stand still, all right? Realign. Now, and the reason why I'm saying that Most High, it is not necessarily dedicated to the black stone, the pearl, okay? The Most High, okay? Even the deities of women that are here, okay? That everybody has a pledge to, these vows, all right? And even that of the masculine, the males and so forth, because even just like the primates, when did they go ahead and have sex? Males even. And I want to know, I want to know this right here, like in the gang, the gang, and I've been asked more than a few times. 13, I've been asked more than a few times with different, matter of fact, at the Masonic Lodge in fucking Santa Barbara, I went up there and I had an appointment, okay? And I said, nah, I'm not going to, wow. I was just talking about Emerald fucking Mountain in Alabama. And then we got what? Emerald Drive right here. Did you see it? There we go. Yeah, Emerald Drive. Anyways, Emerald Drive. Cool, crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah, so yeah, so we that alignment is take the Ali out and just it is because we are not even to be like well he say how the word Michael is to be like God. No, either we are God. We don't want to be a kind God, a kind of a God. No, we are before existence, before everything started. We were right, and that's not for everybody. You know, a lot of people are fucking primates, and we see it in the motherfucking damn dealings of the world. We see it, and going back to that and everything. Like I said, our highest frequency, our highest vibration, and our highest frequency vibration. I'm forgetting the third one again. Energy, energy, highest energy, highest frequency, highest vibration of how we sign a contract to come into this matrix and go ahead and do. Okay, we came in here original, we're leaving out of here original. All right, and so that is as Molly was staying my chords. Now she playing her chords and everything right here. You know what I'm saying? And she is stating also that in this next 6 months, see these chords that she's sitting up here talking about are going to happen between um, Saturn and Aries, which is going to be 6 months from now. 6 months from now. And this junction going to be coming up again is going to be for 36 years. 36 years. And what 36, what she's saying to plan on, why? Why to plan on that right there and during this time right now? And we know how fast it's going. We should see how fast it's going right now. You know what I mean? So, still, to stand still, realign our energy, our frequency, and our vibration to focus and review. All right, to focus and review everything that I was just sitting up here talking about as far as what I was doing right now with my review. And I couldn't believe how it just fucking sat in there like that. I was like, wow. I mean, but it's tapped in like that though. It really is tapped in like that, If one can go ahead and do that for ourselves. All right. And then what we do, yeah, review, reassess what needs to change in order to be more uh, in order to be more 1 second clearer and to be more powerful. And this is the beginning point of that. This is the beginning point of that. Okay. And again, this is 713, as I was sitting up here talking about 713. All right. Coming up here, these portals are like this every single time, but not like this Kali Yuga ending, not like this in Uranus, not at this point in time. This time is really, really special. And I could feel it. I could feel it in my bones. I could feel it in my bones. You know? Yeah. And so I want to go ahead and read something to you too while I'm here right now. Uh, Give me 2 seconds. All right, well, still with me? Cool, cool. All right, I hope I got enough time on here. And so, what happens is, see, a lot of people have been tapped in for a while. A lot of people have been moving accordingly, accordingly, So, and we'll see, this is along the lines of Bruce Lee again when he says to learn how to die. All right, to learn how to die, and everybody picked their point in which to go ahead and die to whatever art they were in, whatever uh, everybody left at different points in time for their own personal reason because this is how they designed it to do it. All right, and like I said, uh, even even though they took the shortened their lifespan, that is that of mi papa and that of Rosa, whether they're my actual parents or not, this is the what who I was put here with. So it doesn't necessarily matter in a general sense. These are the guides, that we all made an agreement before we even came down here. Okay? These are the guides. And as Michael went out, at 50, and they were born in 58, 83 days apart, Michael Jackson and Prince. And Prince, he went out in 2016, right? I haven't checked out Michael's yet. Prince's was pretty fucking tight. Prince was pretty tight. What do I mean by that? Because it's been 7 hours and 13 days. I remember Sinead O'Connor goes ahead and sing it too, but she didn't get to sing like that. She said, "It's been 7 hours and 15 days." Not 13, 15. All right? They gave her 15 for the 22. All right? So, what happens is, see, Prince, now we know that the first of the year starts not in January, but in March. But that's a different cycle too. That's a different cycle. And now if we went to Ching Ching, that's the Chinese New Year. That starts in February. February is the only month of 28, and that's the original starting point. All right? So February, March, April, February, March, April. That's 3 months. Okay, 3 months. And he went on April the 21st. Reduce that to 21st down, that's 3-3. All right, that's 3-3. All right? And so, tune, he was in tune with everything. He's a musician, he's in tune with everything. Even in tune to retreat. Even in tune to retreat. All right? Even uh, uh, going into his masculine to the fourth degree, and leading that way, with the yin to the 2 degree. All right? And even knowing to go ahead and let that yin start first and then to the 4th degree of masculine. Okay? To the 4th degree. And so this is how he went ahead and was able to go ahead and retreat, to be still and everything and go through the process. Stand still, realign, review, reassess, and what you got to go ahead and change. All right? And so in that right there, we go ahead and we saw the power of the darkness is descending. The light retreats to the security so that the dark cannot encroach upon it. This retreat, Isa, matter
not of the man's will, but of natural law. Right? And says, therefore, to this one case, withdrawal is proper. Right? And it is correct way to behave in order not to exhaust one's forces. Okay? Banging it down? Okay? So, and this is actual retreat, number 33 of the I Ching. And guess what month it's in? It's in July. It's July. All right? It's for July, August. All right? And so the calendar, this hexagram is linked to that of the sixth month. As we were talking about six. All right? And that's on the Arabian calendar of Janus. Okay? Uh, yeah, January, Janu. That's the Arabian calendar, not that of Ramadan, not the Islamic, but this is Arabian. This is. There's so many different calendars running right now. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. All right. Which forces? Okay. So in this month of July, August, in which the forces of winter are already showing their influence. All right. So it's retreat, success, in small matter, furthers, per, perseverance furthers. Since conditions are such that the hostile forces favored by the time are advancing. And in this case, retreat in the right course, and it is though that retreat will be a success that is achieved. But success consists of in being able to carry out that retreat correctly. Retreat is not to be confused with flight. Flight means saving one's life under any circumstances, whereas retreat is a sign of strength. We must be careful not to miss the right moment while we are in full possession of power and position. Then we will be able to interpret the signs of the time before it is too late to prepare for the provisional retreat, instead of being drawn into a desperate life and death struggle. Thus, we do not simply abandon the field to the opponent, makes it difficult for him. No, to advance by showing perseverance in single acts of resistance. In this way, while retreating for the counter movement, understanding the laws of constructive retreat of this sort is not easy. The meaning that lies hidden in such a time is important. So this is along the lines of Bruce Lee, the art of fighting with not really fighting. Sure, you want to fight? Okay, let's go over to that. Let's go over to the fucking beach. Let's go over there. Get in the boat. Let's get in the boat. What do you do? Let the boat go. All right? Let the boat go. Okay, so this is what the image is. Mountain under heaven, the image of retreat. Thus, the superior man keeps the inferior man at a distance. Not angrily, though, but with reserve. Thus, the mountain rises up into heaven, but owing to its nature, and it finally comes to a stop. Heaven, on the other hand, retreats upward before it into the distance and remains out of reach. This symbolizes the behavior of the superior man who is toward at a climbing inferior, who retreats into his own thoughts as the inferior man comes forward. And this is what we're talking about. Stand still. This is what Molly was talking about. Stand still, realign, review, reassess what kind of changes we need in order to be more uh, operational, you know, stronger, clearer, or more powerful to this time coming up, even 6 months away right now. even 6 months away right now. All right? And so, in that right there, yes. So he does not hate him. Okay, he does not hate him for hatred is a form of subjective involvement by which we are bound to the hated object. The superior man shows strength in heaven in that he brings the inferior man to a standstill mountain by his dignified reserve. All right. Now on the lines right here, we got Al Mumit, okay, inflictor of death, 6 at the beginning. At the beginning, the tail and retreat. This is dangerous. So we got the 6 in the first beginning. That's inflictor of death. This is dangerous. One must not wish to take any other thing. Nothing. Not at all. This is danger. Inflictor of death? Oh my goodness. Since the hexagram is the picture of something that is retreating, then the lowest line represents the tail and the top line the head. In a retreat of is in a retreat, it is advantageous to be at the front. Here, one is at the back. In immediate contact with the pursuing enemy. Okay? This is dangerous. And underneath the circumstances, it is not advisable to undertake anything. Keeping still is easiest way by escaping from the threatening danger. All right? Now, hey, the internal living one, 6 in the second place. All right, 6 and 6. He who holds fast with the yellow oxhide, no one can tear him loose. Why is that? I don't know. See, yellow, 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 hello, yellow is of the middle, is the color of the middle. Now this is the yin and yang line. When you the middle path, that's yellow. Okay, that's yellow. That's the sun. That's the sun. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. The sun shine, yeah. So it indicates, wow, and I didn't trip right now. I have it in yellow highlighter too. It indicates that which is correct and in the line of duty. The oxhide is strong and not to be torn while while the superior men retreated and the inferior pressed after them. So it's a lot of fucking, people trying to get at us here and there. And hey, I've had to fight off a few too. And even I might have been wrong and even slashing or with, whether it be verbally or whatever, actual, or ow. But that is, I'm not even going to fucking, what do you call it? Explain myself on that because I come with the sunshine every time. So if somebody was trying to put some dampener on my parade or rain on my parade, it's not going to happen. I'm not letting it happen. All right. So while the superior men retreat, therefore the inferior men press towards them, and the inferior men represented by the hands on so firmly and tightly to the superior man that the latter cannot the latter cannot shake him off. But because he is in a quest of what is right and so strong in purpose, he reaches his goal. And thus the line confirms what is said in the judgment and what is small here equivalent to the of the inferior man perseverance furthers. So we're still going to we're still going to go past everything. All right. So in the light, 9 in the third place, al nur. All right. A halt retreat, a nerve wrecking and dangerous. Is nerve wrecking and dangerous to retain people as men and maidservants brings good fortune. All right. So it says, when it is time to retreat, both unpleasant and dangerous, to be held back because one is no longer has freedom from action. In such cases, a case only expedient is that to take into one's service, so to speak, those who refuse to let one go, so that one may at least keep one sensitive. I got to, you can't really see this right here. Poor lighting. One's initiative. Keep one's initiative and not fall helplessly under their dominion. To keep one's initiative and not. So what did it say again? So it says, so to speak, those who refuse to let go. Okay, let's go back again. In such cases, the only expedient is to take into one's service, so to speak, those who refuse to let one go. So we take one into the service, those who refuse to let go, all right? That one may at least the initiative, keep one's initiative and not fall helplessly under their dominion. But even with this expedient, the situation is far from satisfactory. For what can one hope to accomplish with such service? That's deep as fuck. So it's still like, all right, you got a flea on you and he's sucking the blood, but you might need that flea to go ahead or a leech. Let's take a leech. You might need a leech to go ahead and use that later on to, just in case you get, just say you're in a poisonous situation. You might need the leech to go ahead and suck that damn blood up out of you, just in case you get bit by a fucking snake. So you got to take the leech along and everything, basically. All right? All right, so it says, 9 in the fourth place. So this is the guy. 9 in the fourth place. Voluntary retreat brings good fortune to the superior man and downfall in the inferior man. Okay, so in retreating, the superior man has the intent on departure, willing and in all friendliness. He's easily adjusts his mind to the retreat retreating because in retreating he does not have to do violence to his victims, to his convictions. And the only one who suffers is the inferior man from whom he retreats, who will degenerate when deprived of his guidance of the superior man. Right? So that's still, again, somebody that might not be on our level, or we might not be on their level. Either way, and we're clinging to somebody because, hey, I know he don't even like. I don't know she don't even like me, but we're clinging. And so it now depends on how each of us are. Again, whether you can take that, if you're still in that energy to go ahead and protect your energy, then that's up to you. You know how to protect your energy. But if you're fucking strong enough to go ahead and do this, especially during this time right now, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I'm reading all this time right now. Then that is going to even be more. That's more bountiful when 6 months from now, when we go ahead and put all this stuff into action. Okay? Because we've been bound right now for at a standstill for a reason. Like she said it too, and I said it in the last video too. I've used the four blocks, 4 squares that we're in right now. But she's just said, the 2 squares right now, and that of a dance. Feel like we're going forward, 2 steps forward, two steps back, and so like in a dance. And so even in that, we might have to have another person that may not, we have to put them on our shoes when we dance or something like that, right? Or carry them on our back, you know. in that essence. All right. So the ninth and the fifth, was comparable. Nothing compares to you. How about it? You know what I'm saying? So friendly retreat, friendly retreat. Perseverance brings good fortune, and it is the business. Business must be about? That of who? All right. All right. So that business of the superior man is to recognize in time that the moment for his retreat has come. And the right moment is chosen. And the chosen is what? Chief Happiness Officer. That's what's possible. That's if possible. So the retreat can be carried out within the form of perfect friendliness without the necessity of disagreeable discussions. Now that's the ultimate good right there. And this, of course, we're not gonna fucking have that shit happen all the time. All right, but that's the whole nature. So it says keeps on it says so all this observance and of the amenities and absolute firmness of this decision is necessary if one is not able to be led astray by irrelevant conditions. All right, and lastly, this right here, now Manny, manifest is the withholder. Manifest, it depends on, you know, Manny's feast teaches, that's he want to take everybody's shit back, so you gotta watch it, all right? And either that or go ahead and be, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you know what I'm saying? And that is to be a compelling one to make sure we go forward, all right? Compelling to go forward. So this situation is unequivocal. Inner detachment has become the established fact, and we are at liberty to depart. Because who? Of the withholder. We're trying to fucking manifest our shit instead of their shit. Why they want to fucking manifest? The same thing. And they're compelling to do this shit too. All right? So we are at liberty to depart. When one sees the way ahead thus clearly, is free from all doubt, a cheerful mood is set in, and he chooses what is right without further thought. Such a clear path ahead always leads to good. A cheerful retreat, everything goes to further. All right. So we still got to watch out for that of those who want to withhold, stop us, and those who are like too compelling and something on top of us to just, you know, do all of it, their work. That's their work. That's not our work. All right. So that's what I wanted to leave with you guys. That's what I wanted to leave with you guys. Found me a little light. I didn't get a whole lot of it. Uh, yeah. Anyways, let me go ahead and get out of here. Our battery just went on right now, and I didn't bring a charger. Everything's working out perfect. Uh, I thank you. If you feel me, and we've talked about, hey, these thumbs up, the thumbnails and all kinds of different things, then we feel it. Then we already know. We already know. All right. Me myself, I'm not gonna let anything change my way of being, and I I implore you, I applaud you, I encourage you to please do the same, and especially at this time. All right. All right. So let you go. Get back into you. I'm gonna get back into me. Be peaceful and multiply, and we will talk to you later. All right. All right. Ciao, ciao.